than that. What he sees is throwing 3 touchdown passes and making big plays, and those will come before the season is over. He's too talented, and so is this Browns roster. But they didn't help themselves at all. 10 penalties, 107 yards in the first half. End up with 18 penalties total for 182 yards. You're not going to win very many games when you're that sloppy.
Check 13. Check 13.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
And the focus will definitely be on wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. after the trade from the New York Giants to the Cleveland Browns. How will he mesh with his new quarterback, Baker Mayfield? And can they be the duo that leads Cleveland to the playoffs for the first time since 2002?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
King.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still second down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Following the penalty, Chubb. And all this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the second straight play. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Pistol. We got to wedge that. Watch the slant. Hey, orbit.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Finding Harris over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Reset. 19. Check 53's Mike. Stay with your man. 59. Henry. 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53.
On second down, here's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first. Throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mayfield on play action. He rifles one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
After the interception, here's Watson. He gets it left side to Johnson. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
Have no idea where they're putting in the food in the Martin household, but they've developed two terrific offensive linemen. Brother Zach, a perennial all-pro at guard with the Dallas Cowboys, but Nick, no slouch at center for the Houston Texans. He sets the tone for their offensive line. He's the pivot up front.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch the motion.
Here's Watson. Screenplay, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. And now the starting defense for the Browns.
When you're the #1 overall pick in the NFL draft of 2017, puts a little extra scrutiny. Defensive end Myles Garrett is certainly used to it. In 2018, came into his own his 2nd year in the league with 13.5 sacks and really expects to increase that total in years to come.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Real. Hey, Steve 6.
And Mayfield just getting the play off. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. Is the punt team now as this one's sent away. "45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes the Texans now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flush to his right. And he's in. It's a Houston Texans touchdown. A 1-yard run on 1st down, another yard that gets him into the end zone on 2nd down. Maybe not much for the yards per carry average, but hey, 6 points.
Yeah, bottom line is it doesn't matter there. You've got to find a way to wedge it into the end zone. Yards per carry, that's out the window. How do you score? And on the 2nd down, they had something going. They got a yard before. They thought they could do it again, and they got it done. So
they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the final act belonged to Deshaun Watson in his touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried. Because a lot of times, it's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. Well, you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here comes Carter. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Check, 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 check. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Slam, slam, slam.
Watson on 1st down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. He's at the 50. The 30. Hopkins strong running. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 82 yards. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Watson, rush coming, and he's taken down. Christian Kirksey coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to them when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
And now out comes Houston. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Back to throw, Watson. It's caught, Stills, right side. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Watson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field.
From the gun, here's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Now Watson. Flushed out right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Check 53 is mine. All day.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And a catch made by Hopkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week 1, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night. Green Bay and their defense. Not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes. Explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single wing.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Eric Murray. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mayfield. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
A run for Nick Chubb, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They run it again with Chubb. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They run. Chubb. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. They run it again with Hyde. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6.
53 to Mike. 50. Watch the run. Watch the run. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Watson now to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Even after all those Receptions. He's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. They'll get it in the hands of their receiver, Hopkins. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Set. I don't think you got it, son.
Here's Watson. Throwing on 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. Fuller brings it in over the middle. A gain of 4 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
The Texans send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Throwing, Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! 41 right, right here. 41 right.
4th down, Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And they're going to get the 1st down here as he's up to the 14. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Run, run, run. 41's coming. 41's the mic.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Hey, 133. 41's the mic. 41's the mic.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
A 7-yard gain on the
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. It's just going to take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
First down, Mayfield. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Justin Reed. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now Johnson. 8 more yards this time, coming off back-to-back first down pickups. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Screenplay, Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. The Texans on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Watson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.